I'd like to talk in this video about vocational dreams and synchronicity. Synchronicity is what Jung called, Carl Jung, a acausal structuring principle in the universe that operates on meaningful chance or meaningful coincidences, that these things just happen to us in our lives at the most mind-boggling moments that are improbable. Let me just give you an example from Carl Jung's autobiography, Memories, Dreams, and Reflections. When Carl Jung dreamt of a figure who he called Philemon, Philemon came to him in a dream as a winged being holding 4 keys with the horns of a bull flying across the sky. When Jung had this dream, the figure had kingfisher's wings, the same colors as the kingfisher. Now, Jung, in order to understand this dream, began to paint pictures of this figure. And you can see some of these pictures in what's now known worldwide as Jung's Red Book. Philemon basically thought through Jung. He had impersonal thoughts. Jung realized that Philemon's thoughts were not his. They were objective. They were speaking to him from another dimension, through a doorway that is completely transpersonal, and filled Jung with a sense of numinosity and with meaning. Now, when he went to his garden while he was composing this painting, by chance, Jung found a dead kingfisher in his garden. Now, in the vicinity of Zurich and Jung's house at Kusnacht, the kingfishers are very rare. So for Jung to have found a kingfisher at that precise moment suggests, first of all, that there was something going on that was improbable, that it's beyond the laws of cause and effect and even teleology and the probability factor, that it had to be something improbable. And that was what he calls an acausal coincidence. These types of experiences tend to leave one with a really profound feeling sense. Another example Jung gives in his monograph on synchronicity is while he was composing his book, Ion Researches into the Phenomenology of the Self. Now, as this book focuses on the fish symbol, both in alchemy and in historical theological texts, the meditation on the fish became a meditation on an archetypal symbol. And while Jung was down by the lake and he was composing a chapter on the fish symbol, there were 6 occurrences in 2 days of either a patient who brought in a dream about a fish, or a letter he received by someone who was recording a dream about a fish, or some other manifestation in his immediate environment of the fish symbol. But the 7th occurrence, which was completely mind-boggling for Jung, was finding a dead fish on the stone wall by the lake. Now, he says that the numinosity increases in proportion to the number of, quote, hits that one can receive when one's in the presence of an archetype that's also manifesting itself in the physical world, psychophysical world, as a psychoid phenomenon. And you see this in the monograph relating to the fish symbol. I myself have recorded I think over 1,000 dreams of a particular reptile that has been with me since my early childhood, I would say since the age of 7, and that's the king snake. These are California kingsnakes, and I've had numerous dreams about this snake that has come to me. Well, I had an event happen to me the day of my graduation for my doctoral dissertation and degree in clinical psychology, my Ph.D. As I was getting ready to go to the graduation ceremony, I was heading up the hill to my house, and about a 4.5-foot king snake crawled right out on the road, stretched out, and I swerved a little bit in order to try to miss it, and just nicked its tail. The snake curled in a circle, and I put my car in reverse after I stopped it and backed it up, opened my car door, scooped it up in my left hand, put it on my lap, and took it up to my house, where a friend had just given me an aquarium the previous day. I didn't know why, but there was the cage, and I put the snake in there for a couple days, gave it some water, and let it go in the hills. But the appearance of that snake, I had not seen a king snake for 20 years. Why on that particular day this event would have occurred, and I was also having these dreams about the snake at the same time, is rather mysterious. You can say these dreams of vocational nature do activate a psychoid level of the unconscious, which means a psychophysical level, where events can happen in the material world that correspond with the activated image of the vocational archetype. And I hope this has been a helpful talk, and I thank you for listening.